Good morning, HR. I wanted to talk to you today about moved amounts. Previously, we had this functionality in our old environment. We have it again in this new environment. However, as normal, the functionality has changed slightly. There's now a new tab along the bottom that's going to show moved amounts, but there is a different way to delete it. I'll use this example. Let's say that I wanted to change double time hours to overtime hours and not pay the double time. I would highlight the value here in the totals area, right click, and there I see the moved amount button. I'm going to click on that. Here I'm going to move it from double time of 12:50 to, I want to make sure I put it on the right effective date, and in this case the overtime was from 12/9, so I want to change my effective date to reflect that date, and I want to move it to overtime and for the same amount, 12 hours and 50 minutes. All right, then I'm going to hit OK. Once I hit OK, obviously I got to save on the icon there, and then when we click on our Moved Amounts tab, there we are going to see it. Now in the old version, if we made a mistake and we wanted to delete it, we could just right click here or double click to expose the delete button. That is not the case now. If you have to delete a removed amount, you must be on the Totals tab. There you will now see a new left and right arrow button, and if you highlight it, it says Delete Pay Code Moves. In this version, you have to be sure that you want to use this function because it will delete any and all pay code moves that are in that time period that you have open. So obviously we see now the overtime value went up because we moved it to overtime. So now we want to delete this because we've made a mistake. So I'm going to click on Delete Pay Code Moves. It'll tell you this action will delete all pay code moves and revert all pay allocations back to the original state in the selected date range. Do you want to proceed? You say OK, and then save on the menu there. Now you're going to see that your double time is back, and on your Moved Amounts tab, that data is now gone. All right, so that is how you use moved amounts. So please be careful when you're using this function. Make sure you have the correct effective date that you want to use, and please make sure that you have the right person. While I have you here, I want to talk about historical corrections again because some just need a little bit more help. In this example, I'm going to do a historical correction to this employee, but I must enable the edits first. So I'm going to come over into a Genie area where I have this employee, and I just have to click on Approval and enable the edits. Once I have the edits enabled, then in the time card, I can go to the date that I want to change. In this case, it's going to be the week of Thanksgiving holiday pay for this person. In this scenario, holiday pay was given, but this person didn't work at all during that week, so I want to just remove the holiday pay. Once again, you're going to use this functionality to make corrections as if the time was still open and existing. So how you would do this in the open pay period is just click on the plus sign, and you're going to put in the negative holiday code. 2N holiday, I believe it's this one. Yep, there it is. And I'm going to use the -8 to take it away. I'm going to do the same thing for the day after Thanksgiving. Did I do it? Did I hit a plus? Friday. There we go. So 2N holiday, and I'm going to put my -8. Here's where a lot of you are getting confused. As I state in the work instructions and as I've stated in our sessions that we have, you should not go and hit save right away. Do not do that. This is getting a lot of you in trouble. You want to click on calculate the totals. When you do that and go to the historical corrections tab right away, you'll see that the data is in pending state. In this case, for all historical corrections, it uses the effective date as you're doing it. Today is the 4th, but if I want this data to apply to my previous payroll that's getting ready to get paid, before I hit save, once again, don't hit save right away. Come to the Historical Corrections tab so that you can change your effective date. Here, you just double click. You can have them both highlighted and right click. And then click on Edit here. This is where you will change your effective date. I'm going to make it to that previous pay period. I want to send it to payroll, so I want to include in the totals, and I'm going to click on Apply. Here, I only have the one date selected, so let me go ahead and do this date as well. Again, I'm doing all these things before I hit Save. I'm going to hit Apply. Now, I have the effective date that I want. I want to include this in the totals, and it's still in pending. These are the days I want to affect. Now, I know that everything down here and the person that I want to do is correct. Now I hit Save. All right. When you enable the edits, you are technically removing the sign off. At no point is HR to do anything with approved time cards. Do not touch any of this information over here. And also, there's no need for you to disable edits or sign off again, because that functionality will be done by North America Payroll when they process that payroll. Now, you're going to notice, once I've done these historical edits, I have my visuals that show that there is a historical edit complete, and I have my diamond on what I did edits after the sign off. So that's historical corrections. If you have any questions on historical corrections or moved amounts, please go ahead and give me a call. Thank you.